Oh, how cool is this, right? Made by a friend of the shop, a guy named Vic. Aluminum casts, mushrooms. At least I think he said it was aluminum, like maybe an aluminum alloy of some sort. Anyways, hey, maybe you guys can see it a little bit better that way, right? Today, Andrew Reed, Moss Creek Mushrooms, and today, y'all, we're going over another strain video. The reason why we're going over another strain video, even though I had a completely different video planned for you guys today, we've had a lot of call-ins this week. So my guess is, the Omnicromenon, the vids, whatever, getting a hold of people, it's okay. We are managing to push through and get everything going. So, with that, I'm really excited because we're going over the Mother of Pearl. And the Mother of Pearl is one of my all-time favorite creations. Of course, I'm going to go into the pros and cons here in just a moment. Actually, probably cons and then pros, just because that's like how I like to roll. Always like to get the negative out of the way first, but I do want to go into just the breeding of the Mother of Pearl. That gives you guys kind of an idea of the parent strains and where it comes from, and maybe a little bit about its behavior. So, Mother of Pearl's alphanumeric designation here is BS5, and BS is our Blue Snow series, which means it's crossed with a Lambert's 123 Blue and a North Spore Snow Oyster. We took those two, bred them together, got several BS strains. I recognize everyone has pointed out to me that the BS series is BS, so I guess I really prepped myself for that one. But that said, it's a strain that I am in love with. It's one of our top strains here, or one of our workhorses. It's one of the reasons why I have footage of it so early. It is pretty much always in production here all year long. It's not as heavy of a hitter as King Blue, meaning that we don't have one-third of our production capacity as Mother of Pearl like we do King Blue. But Mother of Pearl is a heavy hitter all on its own. And, like I said, one that we grow all year, summer through winter. Now, all of this said, let's kind of go into the cons. I just got a couple of them. The biggest con I have with Mother of Pearl is that as it ages on the block, as it matures, it becomes more fragile. It has a very interesting growth pattern. One of the reasons why we call it the Mother of Pearl, and in the B-roll I've got, you'll actually see us picking it a little young when it still has blue on it. The pins start off incredibly blue, and then they mature to these electric blues, these light blues, until basically the cap flips up and then continues to mature. And we know that the mushroom is absolutely ready to pick when the mushroom is fully white. However, that is when it becomes a little bit more fragile. So it has, along with this, and then I'll wrap this in, it grows in a big core, and then mushrooms come out of that core. So it grows a lot in growth pattern like a gold. And the fragility seems to be, it's nowhere near on par with a gold oyster. Like, gold oysters are way more fragile. But it is interesting to me that it has some of that fragile nature to it while still having the growth habit of a gold, even though it is a blue and a snow and not anything at all related to a gold. I don't know if the fragility in gold has something to do with its growth habit. Something for another day. That's really the big issue, is the fragility. So when you go to pick it, you have to be a little bit more careful, unless you pick it while it's still blue. And this is something else I was going to say, is that there's a pro, which is that this thing is an enormous yielding strain. I mean, clusters regularly breaking over the 3-pound mark on the regular, easily off a 12-pound block. That said, if you want them to still have some of that electric blue to them, that was actually cast. Oh my god. Mother of Pearl. If you want them to still have some of that electric blue to them, you will have to pick them a little early. The good news is, as you'll see, when you pick them early, they are still weighing 2.5 pounds or more. So it's got an enormous yield to it. It's a great strain for that. One more con before we really move into the pros, even though I keep trying to move into the pros, just because I'm so excitable. Another big thing that we have, and this is more on our end, and it's not going to be something that hurts a farmer selling at a farmer's market, but when we sell the strain, we have pictures on our website, right, of what they look like. This mushroom, along with another strain, BS8, is incredibly unpredictable in its coloration. It is incredibly different from summer to winter in its colors. Far more white in the summer, far more blue in the winter. Very icy kind of looking in the wintertime. Kind of, actually, you could probably roll with that in some sort of marketing ploy, whether you're selling kits or something. But it's very unpredictable. So for us, it's a con because people will see what we're selling on the website, and then they'll get it, and they'll think that we sent them the wrong strain. Not the case normally. Normally, it is just that this mushroom changes colors drastically based on what your grow room conditions are, especially the temperatures. So, this said, you're going to have a different kind of color with it. The growth pattern, the behavior, is usually the same across grow rooms from what I've seen so far. So, again, if you've got any experience with mother of pearl, put some information down below. Let us know what it did for you. I'm really liking seeing what everyone says about the King Blue that we did last week. I mean, their experiences with it. It's really nice to see the pros and cons that we've got from different grow rooms for different for that same strain. So going into the pros, and of course this is where I always get excited. This is also why this mushroom has been a standard for us for over a year now, is that it grows all year. That's a huge one. I had this mushroom pinning before my air conditioning was installed, when my grow room was hitting the 90s, and this mushroom would still pin. It was heat stressed, it was ugly, but it was still putting out weight. And so while my chefs weren't exactly excited about the look of the mushroom, it was mushrooms they could get in the middle of the summer. So this mushroom really saved my butt in the summertime. And it's funny because I bred it in December. When we bred and cloned it, we got it in December. I never expected this to be such a wide fruiting strain. Like, it really fruits through a wide variety of conditions. That said, there's a unique feature to the mother of pearl in that mushrooms grow out in an orb. The caps on the bottom of the cluster will be facing downwards, and the caps on the top of the cluster will be facing upwards. And it's like mother of pearl just grows with caps in every direction, and then they all begin to turn up and right themselves right at the end when the block is mature. It is the craziest thing. It's like super cool to watch. Actually, probably another reason why I would make a good kit strain for people that sell kits. It's also, I mean, the farmer's market with the unique coloration and stuff. So, I mean, I really think that this market's this mushroom has a huge marketplace that it could really hit. And the yields and the ease of growth with the wide conditions makes it really easy to grow. Beyond that, though, is that it has an incredibly sweet flavor. When I sat down with Jack and I was like, okay, Jack, tell me the pros and cons of the mother of pearl in your opinion. You know, not just mine, because I feel like I get locked in a box. I hear my own thoughts all the time. It does me good to hear Jack and Samantha and Ben tell me their experiences with other mushrooms. And Jack, the first thing Jack said was, oh my gosh, the flavor, it's so incredibly sweet. Like, it is sweeter than most oysters. I would agree with that. It's very sugary kind of tasting. I don't know how a mushroom can taste sugary. I don't know if they actually have sugars in them. I don't really think that they do. Otherwise, they'd be higher calorie. But it is a very sweet tasting mushroom. Again, it's very high yielding. I would say that it is alongside the King Blue in yield, in that it yields regularly over 3 pounds. Definitely a strong average of 2.5 pounds or more. And the last pro that I'm going to say for the mother of pearl that I can think of is that it's got a very long shelf life, especially if you pick it when it still has a little bit of blue on the cap. It tends to have like a shelf life of like 6 days. Like, I mean, we got like 6 days to sell it. It can sit in the walk-in for that long before it's got to go out to a farmer. I mean, to a restaurant. I know some people, hold on to their oysters a little bit longer than others. We don't like to hold on to ours for more than 2 or 3 days before they go to a chef, but mother of pearl, and, like Bear's Head, the Hericium, those are two of the strains that we're actually willing to hold on to for about 6 days before, we sell them. So that extended shelf life, along with yield and flavor, make this for like a mushroom that I feel like should be in most people's kit at this point. It's just, it blew me away. I never thought that a first generation cross would be this phenomenal, but it's doing really well. In fact, it's done so well. Mother of Pearl is now a parent itself. It has now been used in at least 3 other crosses that we're testing. So whereas we've had Mother of Pearl grown and tested now for, I bred Mother of Pearl before we moved into the warehouse, and we're coming up on 2 years in the warehouse. So we have been we have bred this strain and then been testing it for 2 years to make sure that it's something we really enjoy. And lo and behold, it's become a standard. So I highly recommend the Mother of Pearl. I know a lot of other people that seem to really enjoy it as well. And again, for anyone who has any experience with the Mother of Pearl, please put that in the comments down below. I would love to hear. You hate it? Tell me. I'll breed a better one. You love it? Tell me. I'll breed a better one. Let's work on this together. Tell me what you love about it. Tell me what you hate about it. And if you haven't tried it, of course, get it on your list. I think it's well worth doing. With that, y'all, I'm going to just throw in some B-roll, some music. It's been a long week, and I'm about to call, by the time this video goes out, I'll probably be home and on Apex, ready to just relax for the week and kind of just chill for a minute. So with that, y'all, keep spawning culture. Bye.
Nobody's harder than me, I'm a breaker of chains, I'm living it free. Trust what I said and not what you see. Nobody keep it in order like me. I'm really a beast and I'm out in the wild. The boil in my eye and I want it right now. That's a vow and I gotta get it, the victory's mine. You trying to compete is wasted time. Came from the bottom but now I'm in front of the line. In front of the haters, I turn them to motivators. I don't owe them no favors and any beef or get catered. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life then on to the next. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I flex different than them boys that have been grinding strong. You can spot a winner cause his money and his fortune long. But I'ma get my bag every day, it don't matter what you want. Make sure you check yourself, talk about me, but you talking wrong. Closer to home I can get certified OG, paid all my debt. With my flows, power supreme, come from below, it's in my genes. I talk what I like, that's real nice things. Side down before approaching the king. Muscle strong, think money and power. I hop on the track like I hop in the shower. Brick after brick like I'm building a tower. And I'ma do that into my final hour. And my brain growing like a flower. I get the bag, I don't be in it. I'm on my way, doing my flex, running it up, getting my checks. I got the power, give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. I flex different than them boys that have been grinding strong. You can spot a winner cause his money and his fortune long. But I'ma get my bag every day, it don't matter what you want. Make sure you check yourself, talk about me, but you talking wrong. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. Respect. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next. Give me respect. I live this life, then on to the next.
Hey y'all, it's Andrew Reed with Monster Creek Mushrooms. Trying to find a new intro instead of the hand thing because the camera now is across the table from me and I built my dang table too big to be able to do my intro. So, welcome back. Hey y'all, it's Andrew Reed with Monster Creek Mushrooms and today's episode is brought to you by Foresight. Foresight. for when your entire crew calls in sick and you have no way to make a video except the footage that you've already taken. Foresight. Make videos. I don't know.